British manners, weather and tea, culture shocks that might surprise you. The United Kingdom may speak your language, but don't be fooled. It plays by its own cultural rules. Beneath the calm politeness lies a world of quiet rituals and subtle surprises. This isn't about grand gestures or glaring differences. It's the little things, the way people queue, the obsession with drizzle, the emotional power of a good cup of tea. In this video, we'll explore British manners, weather, and tea, culture shocks that might surprise you. Poetic, peculiar, and wonderfully polite, the UK's customs are as charming as they are confusing for first-time visitors. The gentle power of British politeness. Step into Britain and you'll be greeted with an invisible current of politeness that flows through every interaction. You'll hear please, thank you, and sorry so often that you may begin to question your own manners. But it's not just about being nice. It's about maintaining a delicate balance of respect and space. The British don't like to intrude. They prefer indirect suggestions to firm commands. Where some cultures might say, close the window, a Brit might offer, would you mind terribly if we shut that? A polite ballet around a simple action. And heaven forbid you interrupt someone. That would clash with the unspoken national code of not making a fuss. Even expressing frustration is laced with softness. Not ideal, is it? Instead of, this is terrible. To outsiders, this can feel like a dance where the steps are unknown. But to Brits, it's how you move through the world without stepping on toes. The eternal conversation. Talking about the weather. In the UK, weather isn't just a topic, it's a relationship. It's the first thing you mention in the morning and the last thing you talk about before leaving a shop. Even if nothing dramatic has happened, a simple bit grey today still carries conversational weight. And it's never just rain. It's a bit of drizzle, a touch of mist, or a cheeky breeze. There's a whole poetic vocabulary for the sky. British weather is unpredictable, often unimpressive, but constantly relevant. Why the obsession? Because weather is neutral. It lets people talk without getting too personal. It offers connection without confrontation. For newcomers, it's baffling. But once you realise it's not really about the forecast, it's about social rhythm, you start to see the magic. Tea, Britain's answer to everything. In Britain, tea isn't just a drink. It's a ritual, a comfort, and a silent form of support. It's what you offer when words aren't enough, when company is needed, or when nothing else feels right. Whether it's a builder's brew with milk and 2 sugars, or a more refined Earl Grey, tea holds an emotional status in British life. People measure relationships in mugs shared. Refusing tea too many times can even be considered rude. The tea round in offices is an especially sacred custom. If you make tea just for yourself, you risk social exile. You must offer it to everyone nearby, and remember their exact preferences. Forget someone's sugar and they won't say anything, but they'll remember. And then there's the age-old debate, milk first or last? Most will say last. It's a small but surprisingly heated topic, because for Brits, tea is part ceremony, part identity. Queues, Britain's unofficial religion. There are queues, and then there are British queues, a sacred order born not out of law, but out of deeply ingrained cultural instinct. If there's a bus stop, a ticket booth, or even just a vague need for order, the British will form a line, and they will respect that line, fiercely, quietly. To cut in a queue is social heresy. You may not be yelled at, but the collective disapproval will be deafening. Eye rolls, sighs, polite, excuse me, sir. Brits wield passive aggression like a samurai sword. What surprises many foreigners is how natural it feels. Nobody teaches Brits to queue. They just do. It's a social contract, a sign of fairness, and a way of saying, we're all in this together. Queues reveal the soul of Britain, orderly, respectful, and patient. even if it's raining sideways. Language that hides more than it reveals. One of the most confusing British traits is the way people speak without really saying what they mean. It's not dishonesty, it's diplomacy. Take these classic phrases. "That's interesting" often means "that's odd" or "I disagree." "Not bad at all" actually means "really good." "I'll bear that in mind" usually means "I'm ignoring that completely." This indirectness is part of the British desire to avoid conflict. Instead of saying no, you might hear, "I'm not sure that would work." Instead of saying, "I don't like it," someone may simply murmur, that's different." It takes time to decode this cultural language, but once you crack the code, you begin to appreciate the art in British conversation. It's not about being vague, it's about being kind. Humour. That's hard to spot, but harder to forget. British humour is subtle, dry, and often so deadpan you might not even realise it was a joke. There's irony layered over sarcasm, and self-deprecation used like a shield. A Brit will insult themselves before you ever get the chance, and then laugh at your confusion. Saying the opposite of what you mean is standard practice. Phrases like, "Lovely weather we're having," are often said during a downpour. "Well, that went well" usually follows disaster. It's humour that requires context, timing, and a straight face. Foreigners often mistake it for rudeness or sincerity, but the truth is, British humour is a shared wink, a way to say, "Life's a bit ridiculous, isn't it?" And when you finally tune in, the laughs feel earned and delightful. Rain isn't just weather, it's a way of life. British rain doesn't crash down, it creeps. It doesn't ruin days, it reshapes them. It's a drizzle that drifts, a mist that lingers, a cloud that follows you like a shadow. In many countries, rain stops plans. In Britain, rain joins them. People walk dogs, shop, garden, and picnic in it. Children play football while soaked, and weddings go ahead with umbrellas and laughter. Umbrellas are often more symbolic than useful, and weather apps are viewed with healthy skepticism. It could be sunny at breakfast and raining by lunch. The British don't complain, they adapt. It's not about loving the rain, it's about learning to live with it. And that, in many ways, is the heart of British resilience. Goodbyes that take their time. In the UK, saying goodbye is never a single word. It's a slow descent. It starts with "right," followed by a pause. Then, "Well, I'd best be off." Then another minute of small talk. Then perhaps a step toward the door. Then a "take care now." Then more chatting. A British goodbye can last longer than the actual visit. It's not inefficiency. It's politeness in slow motion. This graceful farewell gives everyone time to emotionally transition, to wrap up without rushing. It's about acknowledging that time shared is worth a moment of ceremony. To those used to abrupt exits, this can feel unnecessary. But once you've experienced a proper British goodbye, you might find sudden departures rude. The UK's quirks aren't loud, but they leave a lasting impression. From cues to tea, polite refusals to rainy rituals, British manners, weather and tea bring culture shocks that might surprise you, but also quietly charm you. These customs don't just define a country, they reveal the poetry hidden in everyday life. Thank you for watching this video. Please subscribe and turn on the notification bell.